Hi folks, looking forward to speaking with you again today. And first of all, before I do, on behalf of Faith Christian Fellowship, let me wish you a blessed Easter. This is a different Easter than we've ever experienced before, but He lives, and the Spirit of Him that raised Christ from the dead dwells in us, and it is quickening and making alive right now, even within our mortal bodies, Romans 8:11. The last few times I've been speaking with you, and it's hard to believe that here we are, fourth week. We've been 4 weeks into this event that we're experiencing. And I've been talking to you on present and immediate in light of the ultimate. I'm going to continue to do that because I believe it's so vitally important. And I'm going to repeat myself here. The only time present or immediate situations can stress or upset us is if we think ourselves powerless, or we think they are going to redesign or reshape our future. The book of Isaiah, chapter 46, and verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am God. There is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. When I read that verse many years ago, that was one of the life transformations that I experienced as a minister, a young minister. And when I read these words, there is none else, I am God, and there is none like me. That's quite a statement. There is none like me. One of a kind, nothing else that compares. And verse 10 tells us what is the distinguishing feature that separates our God from everything else that can be named or called a deity by anybody anywhere else in the world. And he said, this is the distinguishing factor that sets me apart, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times of things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The thing that sets our God apart is that from the beginning, he declares the end. And then from that period of beginning to consummation, he manifests that which he has set in motion in the beginning. And so we are not a people that are trying to find our way. We are a people who have come into the declaration of God. In the beginning, he has shown us his church, his plan for the ages has been revealed. And we are walking in that and fulfilling that. And we are the instrumentality that the purposes of God are brought into existence and made manifest in the earth. And so we do this in the midst of changing present circumstances, knowing the ultimate end and knowing we are a part of that which he has declared from the beginning, and the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all of my pleasure. In the book of Isaiah 49 and verse 8, he said, thus saith the Lord, in an accepted time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation I have helped thee. Here is this declaring the end from the beginning. He didn't say, in an accepted time I'm going to hear you, and in a day of salvation I will help you. He said, I have heard you, and in a day of salvation I have helped thee. Paul the Apostle comes on the scene in the book of 2 Corinthians. He's writing the letter, chapter 6, and he quotes this very verse. And he says, and here's what he said. He said, for he saith, speaking of God, in chapter 6, verse 2 of 2 Corinthians, I have heard thee in an accepted time, and in the day of salvation I have secured thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Paul takes quill and puts it to parchment and writes these words. Isaiah chapter 46 has been fulfilled. It has been fulfilled that which was spoken in the beginning, that sets our God apart, that he speaks the end from the beginning. He said, I am here to tell you today, this is that day, that accepted day that he has spoken. I want to encourage you, no matter what your situation is, I want to encourage you. It is well. On this resurrection season, it is well. Jesus is alive. The end has been declared. It cannot be altered. And as long as we keep our focus on him and his plan, everything in our lives and ministry will work together for the good of that plan. And even though the immediate is a changing time, the ultimate is unchangeable. And this moment will serve the ultimate, and we will come through, and everything is spoken still will come to pass. Have a blessed Easter. God bless you, and we'll talk with you next week.